Well, hello everybody. This is Danny back from Deep South Homestead. Guys, I've been asked to do a video by lots of people. I've actually done this video before, but I'm going to do it again. Usually, people usually get upset when I do this video, but people still keep asking to have it done. So I'm going to do it again for those new people who keep asking. And I want you to just take into consideration, I'm just being honest when I do this video. And this video is about saving seeds. Now, I've been saving seeds my whole life. And there's lots of pros and cons to saving seeds. I've went back and I've looked at my seed saving books and stuff like this. And I'm going to be honest with you. I don't really agree with with one major factor in these seed saving books. I've looked at all of them that I have, and most of them don't mention the most important factor to saving seeds until you get over to the middle of the book. And this should be on page 1. The most important thing to saving seeds should be on page 1, not page 40 or 50 in the book. But for some reason, I don't know if it's just that the seed saving people who write these books don't want you to truly be able to save your seeds or what. But the most important thing about saving seeds is not even mentioned up front. And that is, you can't do it next to other plants of the same genus type. You can't plant beans all together in the same garden and save seeds and expect to get a true variety. Now, where I ran into problems with people before, they go, yeah, but you can save your seeds, they'll still come back and make. I agree with that 100%. I am not the type of person who just saves seeds and wants them to just come back as whatever. I am a person who saves true strains of seeds. I want an Amish paste tomato, I want it to be an Amish paste because that's what I like. If I want it to be another one like the Creole tomato, then that's what I want. I don't want the Amish paste and the Creole. Let me say this. If you've got a 40 by 50 garden or a 20 by 30 or whatever, you only have enough space there to grow one variety of what you want to save seed from. You cannot put a whole bunch of other varieties in there, like say tomatoes. They're going to cross-pollinate and you're not going to get a true strain. Beans would be another one. You can't put 2 different varieties of beans in a garden and expect to save seeds from them. They're going to cross-pollinate. You're not going to get a true strain from them. As a rule of thumb, I have learned personally, because I've done this my whole life, you need at least 100 yards between plants of the same genus species that you want to save seeds from. Now, that's why here at Deep South Homestead, we have 5 different gardens on 10 acres. They're all on different places on the 10 acres. Because I don't want anything cross-pollinating. And if you'll notice in my videos, this year I'm growing tomatoes in several of those different gardens. But the one that's right in front of me right here has the Celebrity Plus and the Celebrities in it. Those are both hybrids. I'm not planning on saving seed from them because they're hybrids. I don't save seed from hybrids. And whatever they do, they just do. I don't care. I'm testing them for a company, and it's perfectly okay because I'm not saving seed from them. And guys, I hope this wind that's done all of a sudden, it's just thundering and raining all day. Hope it's not going to mess the video up too bad. That's the reason I'm leaning into it as much as I can. But the other tomatoes I have, like the Amish paste, is in the front garden up by the road. You know, they're up there all by themselves. The Cherokee Purples is in the high tunnel. They're not exposed to anything else because they're closed up in there. You know, then I have my Creoles way over by the shop on the other side, and so forth. Same thing with peppers. The reason, I will say this, the reason you see like the high tunnels, for instance, this Wanda's high tunnel, we have the Cherokee Trail of Tear beans in it. We have the Cherokee Yellow Wax beans in it. We have the Royal Burgundy snap beans in it. We don't save seeds out of anything from the high tunnel because we can't. Unless we specifically plant only that bean in the high tunnel till it's mature. Like the Cherokee Purples. Now we will save the seed from them out of the high tunnel because they're the only tomato in the high tunnel. Now if there was another variety in there, I could not save seed from them because it would cross-pollinate. And the same thing goes with corn. Now corn is even more susceptible. I would say corn a quarter of a mile, because corn, the wind can pollinate corn way away from where you're at. Corn has to be isolated way away from another variety of corn if you want to be able to save the seed from it. And I will say this, lots of people have sent me seeds, and I don't ever plant them seeds out anywhere around anything that I'm going to be saving seed from. And when I grow most of them, I look at them, and I'm not trying to be critical or anything, but a lot of the seeds don't come back true to what people send me. And that tells me that they did not plant them right. I've even, and it's not just the individuals, I've gotten seed from seed companies, and I've planted them, and they did not come back true to species. One was I had some white patty pan squash I planted. They come back as some ungodly looking squash. I don't even know what they were. I just pulled them up and threw them away. I told Wanda, I said, those seeds are no good. Throw them all away. You know, now was the squash edible? It probably was. But it's not what I wanted, because I'm after a particular taste. Now, if the world went to hell in a handbag, and I was, you know, it was my only means of survival, and I had some cross-pollinated seeds, yes, I would be more than happy to plant them. I'm not saying that it's wrong to plant them. But guys, the key is check the genus names on them. You know, you want to make sure they're like squash. Some squash, like my Cherokee Tans, I'll give you a prime example. We have Cherokee Tan planted in the high tone. We have a hybrid yellow squash planted in the high tone. I'm not saving the seeds from those Cherokee Tans because they're Cucurbita machadas. I'm not really sure about the squash because being it's a hybrid, which one it is, it could very easily cross-pollinate. I don't know because I haven't looked at the genus names of them. Anything that I'm in question about, I will not save the seed from. We've got some spaghetti squash that's come up back here behind our house that last year we had the small wonder spaghetti squash from Hall's Tool that we grew, and we didn't save the seed from them because they were hybrids. We threw them all into the compost pile there, some into the chicken pen and different things, and some of them have come up this year. They have made a squash that's like that long and big old thing on one end and small on the other end. They're a spaghetti squash, looks like, of some kind. Now, I'm letting them go. I'm going to let them completely mature, and I'm going to taste them just to see what they taste like. And if it's something that I think is that's taste-worthy, then I might save the seed from them just as an experiment for another year. But I never depend on anything like this. Now, granted, this is how new varieties come into existence, is by people saving seeds from hybrid plants and creating their own in their own area. And hey, if that's what you want to do, that's perfectly fine. I do it. I'm not trying to say not to do it. The purpose of the video today is if you're trying to save a perfect strain of seeds, do not try if you don't have the space. And if you don't have the space, then just plant one variety and save your seed from it. Like our English peas. I started out with little marble. The little marbles made a plant about 2 feet high when I first started planting them. I have acclimated those things here because Little Marvel is all I plant. I don't plant any other varieties. These things now get 6 feet tall and are loaded with peas from top to bottom because it's a variety that I have bred here. Now, please understand that if you're going to save seeds, guys, this wind, I must have a thunderstorm or something getting really close to me here. This wind is just getting completely horrible. It's done got up to like 20 miles an hour. But guys, just do your homework. The most important thing to saving seed is isolation. Is isolating that plant and making sure that you have done the best you can do to keep that strain pure. Don't give somebody a seed and tell them this is an Amish paste tomato when you grew some other variety in the same garden with it, because it will not be the truth. It will not be an Amish paste. It will be a parent of an Amish paste. And only the Lord knows what it will come back as. It will be a hybrid at that point. Now, a lot of people talking about, but I'm just worried that I'm going to get GMOs. You don't have to worry about getting a GMO. You couldn't afford them if they was for sale to you. They're not for sale to the public. You have to have a license to buy them. So you don't have to worry about that. And all these packages that you see are GMO free. Guys, that's a gimmick just to get you to buy their seeds. The main thing to know about seeds and seed saving is distance, isolation, and genus, species, name. So keep that in mind when you're trying to save seeds. And I hope today that this has been maybe helpful in some kind of way to all of you who keep sending us a message telling me to do a video on it. Please do a video on how to save seeds. So hopefully this explains a little bit about the way to truly save a pure strain of seed. Now, I'm not going to go all into how to preserve them and how to dry them. That's a whole nother video. I'm talking about growing a strain and keeping it a pure strain of seed. So thank you guys from Deep South.